This is the first video in a three-part series where we focus specifically on using spiritual techniques to help you get a job. So if you're interested in getting a job, a better job, a more prosperous job, or ideally a spiritual job, and you're interested in learning about how to use spiritual techniques that are based in recovery and then applied in the work world, then these videos, these three videos, are just the right thing for you. So I want to encourage you to stay tuned to hear about the techniques that I want to share with you. And while you're waiting for those techniques, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you can stay connected to receive our newest videos, and go ahead and ring that bell that will notify you whenever we post a new video so you can be one of the first people to see it. Hey, welcome. My name is Jay from Baltimore, Maryland, and I want to welcome you to the Financial UA General Service Office. So come on in and grab a seat, and let's get this meeting started. In today's video, I want to share with you the very first spiritual technique that I've found to really help people to get a job. I've used this technique myself, and I've taught it to many of the people that I've sponsored, and basically all of them have gotten jobs by using this technique. This technique is a spiritual technique, and it's the kind of thing that we learn the basics on how to use it within a recovery setting, and then we learn how to apply it in a work setting. So these are spiritual techniques that have been developed in a spiritual way, and then we learn how to apply them in a prosperous way in a work or job setting. This technique is called asking for what you need. That sounds pretty straightforward and pretty obvious, right? Well, we're going to practice asking for what we need in a spiritual way. Again, this isn't just a regular technique, this is a spiritual technique. So when we utilize this set of skills and take these series of actions, we do it within a spiritual context using spiritual muscles that we have developed in our respective 12-step programs, and hopefully within the Financial UA program. I think the biggest reason why financial under-earners are not able to get a job when they need one is that they lack earning power. Earning power is part of the power that empowers you to ask for what you need in a job setting, whether it's getting the job or getting a raise or getting a promotion. You need to be able to ask for what you need, and you need to feel empowered to be able to do that. But if you're powerless, specifically if you're earning powerless, you don't have the power to ask for that job. You don't have the power to go chase after that job. You don't have the power to attract that job to you. You don't have the power to ask for the raise or the promotion or anything else that comes down the pike. If you lack power, you lack the ability to take action. One of the very first skills we learn in recovery is to ask for what we need. When you're brand new in recovery, generally, you need a lot of help. And you've probably gotten to the point where you realize that by yourself, using your own willpower and your own best thinking and your own limited resources, clearly you were not able to solve your problems. That's why you're in a 12-step program, because you need help. And 12-step programs are based on using an entire fellowship to help you get some things accomplished, to make personal changes, and to recover in a positive way. So, when you're brand new, you learn really quick to ask for help. You might ask for help with getting a service position. You might ask for help with getting a sponsor or a temporary sponsor. You might ask for help with finding out which of all the meetings are the best meetings to attend. And by the way, in Financial UA, all of our meetings are the best. They're all equally awesome. But again, the idea is when you're new, it's a perfect time to learn how to ask for help. And it's not surprising that when people are brand new in recovery, they're usually really afraid and quite timid and sensitive. And the last thing they want to do is ask for help. The last thing they want to do is to let people in because they feel so vulnerable or afraid or embarrassed or ashamed. Not everybody comes marching into a 12-step program at the top of their game, feeling full of self-confidence and positive self-esteem. A lot of us come into 12-step programs having been beaten down and crushed by our own consequences and mistakes. So we come generally in a position of being very humbled. And that can work for you. It's a great opportunity when you're in that position where you realize you can't do it on your own. You need to ask for help. So in recovery, we learn how to ask for help. We learn pretty quickly. One of the things that I want to teach you is how to take that skill of asking for help, and it's a skill that you've learned in recovery, and how to apply that in a work setting or in a way that can help you to get a job. So this technique is called how to ask for what you need. The way we go about it, and your purpose for doing this, is to try to get a spiritual job. It doesn't have to be the perfect job. It doesn't have to be an A job or a six-figure job. It just needs to be a job. Remember, you're just getting started, especially if you don't have a job already. The first thing is to just get a job. A lot of people make the mistake of trying to get an A job rather than trying to get a job. When we say this idea of a job, it's different from getting the A job. What people mean by getting the A job means it's the job that is at the top tier. It's not lower on the ladder. It is the primo job, the most prosperous, ultimate, top of the ladder job that's available when you're at the peak of your career and when you're at the top of your game. And it offers the very highest level of prosperity. That's the A job. And a lot of times people think the A job is going to fulfill them to the core of their being. It's going to make them feel whole and complete. It's going to round out their life and make them feel all of the self-worth and self-value that they've been missing for who knows how long. So anyways, those are all the things about an A job, and I'll tell you, there's a lot of fantasy that people do tend to have around getting the A job. So before we get into that, let's just set the A job to the side for a while and focus on helping you to get a job. And when I say a job, it means helping you to get a job. Just a job that's going to help you generate some income, develop a positive routine, and help you develop your work ethic and your personal maturity, and to get into the flow of offering service in a positive way, in a spiritual way, in exchange for funding, prosperity, earnings, and income. So a job, and don't confuse this, because a lot of people think that it's either the fantasy perfect A job or nothing at all. When really, the way to get to the A job is to start by getting a job. And when you invite your higher power and transform it into earning power, that higher power, earning power combo allows you to take a job and transform it into the A job. To start off that process, you're going to need some help, because if you could have done it by yourself on your own, you would have already done that. You wouldn't be here watching this video. You wouldn't be here sitting in a financial UA meeting, either face-to-face or virtually over the phone. You'd be out doing your doing that A job. So anyways, because I got off on a tangent, let's focus on getting you a job. And let's focus on using some higher power techniques, some spiritual techniques to help you get a job. The way I want to propose this to you goes like this. We're going to use that early experience of being new, of learning how to ask for what you need, and apply it towards getting a job. So the first thing I want to ask you to do is, over the course of the next 5 meetings you attend, I would like for you to practice asking for what you need. This means you need to first figure out what it is that you need. And let's think of it in terms of recovery and service first. Do you need to get a service position? Do you need to get a temporary sponsor? Do you need to take a guided tour of the website? Do you need to get some phone numbers? I want to encourage you to ask for what you need, practicing with those very easy actions first, and to practice it over 5 meetings. At the end of 5 meetings, what you'll probably have experienced on the inside is a good boost of confidence, and you will have made some forward momentum with your recovery process. Once you have that, and by the way, those actions will also help you to build a good, solid foundation in recovery. Got it? So again, anything that we build, we want to have a good foundation on which to build. Okay? So your foundation is practice the skills in recovery, and then we build on that. And I'm going to explain what that looks like. Now you're going to ask for a job. For the next 30 days, as you attend the financial UA meetings, I want to encourage you to take your 3-minute share and to use it to ask for what you need, whether it's getting your foundation in place or asking for other members of financial UA to send more earning power to you, or to channel earning power to you, or to ask your higher power as it shows up within the group conscience of the financial UA meetings, to ask your earning power to fill you with the power it takes to go out into the world and get a job. So you're going to ask for what you need from your higher power. You're going to ask for the earning power to do what you need to do, to take the actions you need to take. And as you ask for that over a period of time, and we're going to start with 30 days, you will very likely notice a spiritual and organic evolution within yourself, where you're slowly filled with confidence, slowly filled with power, slowly filled with higher power and earning power. And once you feel like you've filled your inner spiritual gas tank with as much power as you can get in there, you'll feel strong enough to step out into the world. You will feel empowered to step out into the world, to follow through with taking actions that will help you to get the job that you need. When we try to get these spiritual jobs always start with personal preparation. And when you're practicing these spiritual techniques in a meeting setting within the fellowship, which is a safe place to do that, you're learning all these skills in a way that you can feel comfortable and build confidence. And as you prepare yourself, you are also asking your earning power and higher power to prepare a job for you out in the career world, the kind of job that can receive you when you are ready to step into that role. So this job is going to happen in 2 places. It's going to be the result of your personal preparation, and it's going to be the result of your higher power working behind the scenes to take a position in a job, preparing it to receive you, so that when you're ready and when the job is ready, both of you will be brought together. But that starts with asking for what you need. So that is the first technique, the first spiritual technique that I'm presenting to you, to learn to ask for what you need, to learn and practice in a spiritual way, in a recovery setting, taking actions that feel comfortable and safe. And then as you build confidence and as you fill yourself with that earning power, that strength that comes from the spiritual energy that flows into you, that heals you and restores you when you're in a financial UA or any 12-step meeting, you take that power and fortify yourself to go and start taking these positive actions out in the big, real, scary world. And to be honest, it's not that scary. It just seems that way to a person who has no power. And what will happen is once you have that job, as time goes by, you'll look back and you'll say, wow, it was pretty awesome how my higher power brought that job to me, how it fell right into my lap, how it showed up right on time when I needed it the most, but also when I was the most ready to receive it. Now it's time for our 7th tradition. Every financial UA meeting ought to be fully self-supporting, declining outside contributions. There are no dues or fees for financial UA membership. All of our meetings and workshops are completely free to attend, both over the phone and face-to-face. Please keep in mind that we do have expenses, such as covering the costs of our website, developing new literature, and maintaining our service office. If you would like to make a 7th Tradition donation, you can click the PayPal link below or visit our website at financialua.org and click the Donate button. You may also support this program by purchasing a copy of our Financial UA 12-Step Workbook or our Financial UA 12 Traditions Workbook. Also, you can help us carry the message by subscribing to this channel and even by sharing this video with your sponsor or your sponsee. Lastly, please consider clicking that like button. A big thumbs up for service. Now's the time for sharing. Who'd like to take a share? In the comments section below, please share your experience, strength, and hope about asking for what you need. You can share about what it was like for you when you were new in recovery and you needed to ask for help. Go ahead and share about that. We'd love to hear about your experience, strength, and hope. And while you're sharing, please keep it as a positive, non-offensive comment. And while you're doing some sharing, please consider subscribing, hitting that like button, a thumbs up for service, and you might also ring that notification bell so that you're notified every time Financial UA posts a new video, and you can be one of the first people to see it and to comment about it. So again, in the comments section below, share your experience, strength, and hope about what it was like to ask for help. As we move towards closure, please visit us at www.financialua.org or email us at financialua@gmail.com. Let's close with our prosperity prayer. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things we can, the wisdom to know the difference, and the prosperity to afford it. Awesome! Hey, thanks so much for joining us and helping us to create and hold this space for healing and recovery. Please help us carry the message by subscribing to our channel and maybe sharing this video with others. And most importantly, keep coming back. Thanks everybody. Have a great day.
God grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, courage to change the things we can, wisdom to know the difference, and the prosperity